Welcome to our episode of Medics in Tech podcast today. My name is Gabriel Oke, and I'm your host on this podcast. On this podcast, we discuss about the intersection of medicine, healthcare, and technology and innovation. We discuss about intersection of these various areas. What is happening in the area in the health tech field. We bring on board founders and professionals working in the health tech space, people who have transitioned from clinical roles or non-clinical roles to core health tech roles. So we try to understand their reasoning for emerging from those roles to new roles, and then how they transitioned, and even their recommendations for people who want to do likewise. Yes, we have a lot of offerings in medics in tech. We have internships. We have courses online that you can join, but that will be we're still going to share more about that later. But so as not to take so much time, I would be having Mr. Ifeoluwa Adeagbo now, and I'm really excited to have him because we both had our undergrad together in Ladoke Akitola University of Technology. We studied medical laboratory science together, and even from then we knew there's something different about him because he was always involved with laptops, with desktop, helping scientists with their laptops. If there's any issue with maybe a system in the laboratory, he's always there. So we knew there's something different about him, to be in tech, and we knew even at the end of the day, it won't just be in the medical space. So yes, Mr. Ifeoluwa Adeagbo, I'm so happy to have you as a long-term friend. We go way back, and I would like you to introduce yourself and how you've actually been able to transition into tech over the past few years. Over to you, Mr. Adeagbo.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Gabriel. I appreciate the opportunity and the chance. I am Ifeoluwa Adeagbo. I'm a medical laboratory scientist and I'm an ICT consultant. Yeah. So my journey in tech started while I was still small. I'm still small now, though. Yeah, I was still small. Far back as 8-year-old boy. So far back as then, I've been integrated into applications, learning applications all through. So fast forward to 16, I'm already coding, building Windows application, and then it got to a time where the passion to be a medical laboratory scientist and to be a tech person, where I hit a crossroad, and then I decided based on this, like, I can work as a tech expert without certification if I have the skill. I cannot work as a medical laboratory scientist if I have the skill without certification. So that's why I went for medical laboratory science, and then hoping that along the journey I will hone my skill in tech, and that's really how it was. The tech space don't respect your certificate that much as a computer scientist, or so they respect your skills, your project, your portfolio, your journey, unlike our amiable profession, which it's all about the certificate, the license. Without that, there's nothing. So,
Okay, so before you tell us what you currently do in tech, I think I will attest to the fact that you said you don't need so much of a certificate in tech most time, because I think is it Tesla, Elon Musk, or which of these founders said recently that as long as you can solve problems, you can work in his company. So I kind of agree with you on that. But we both know that in medical field you sort of need the certification and become part of the professional. You have to be part of that professional team before you seen as a medical practitioner. So I kind of attest to that. But yes, can you let us really understand? Can you let our listener out there understand what you currently do in tech at the moment? What are the kind of projects you work on, and what kind of skills you bring on board, and how do you do what you do?
all right, currently as an ICT consultant, what I do is to manage the data flow of the hospital where I work. So data is just information communication, like communicating the hospital to the ward, and then the ward back to the hospital. So I'm just like an intermediary. So the skills that I use to execute that are the skills of a front-end developer, like people that develop websites, yeah, and a back-end developer, people that codes what runs on the background, or a database engineer on a data analyst. So that's basically what I do. The project I'm currently working on is creating an EMR, electronic medical record, specifically for the hospital, such that in the locality people can, because people that I work with, they are there in the US and they want something that is out there, they want it implemented here. So I've been suggesting the idea to them for like in 2 years, and they just bought into the idea like last year, and then I'm already working on the project. So we are trying to integrate every system of the hospital electronically, such that the boards of the hospital can monitor and track all the progression of the hospital in real time. There is no need for, in fact, we connect the camera, the CCTV is there, they can track and monitor the finances. You don't need to, in fact, they don't need to be here to be here. So that's the project I'm currently working on.
That's a big one. So that's a very big one. So the kind of job you do at the moment, I mean, that's very interesting. Working on something new, I mean, very innovative. So that seems very exciting as well. So can you give us recommendations? Let's say I'm just coming out of university. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to even, I'm interested in tech. I want to learn on these new digital skills, tech skills, and all. So can you give a roadmap, or your suggestions on things that we can do, skills we can take up, courses and everything, or even any recommendation as well to any young person out there, or imagine professional.
So to any young person out there, clinical, non-clinical, it doesn't matter. Like Mr. Gabriel has said, the tech space doesn't recognize your certificate that much. They recognize your skill. So in the tech world, coding is not the only way to the highway. So there are a lot of administrative skills that are there in the tech journey to get you to the highway, and then so that's the misunderstanding that people have. Once you mention tech, the thing that pops into them is, oh, coding. I don't want to code. It's hard. And then let me correct that too. It's not hard. Just learn the one that suits you. Just learn the language that you speak. So it's not hard. So you can decide to go into web development. You can decide to be an app development. You can decide to work in the space of cybersecurity. You can decide to go into data. You can decide to be an AI engineer, machine learning, and then I can say that for a fact I've tasted all those fields. I've done one or two projects in all those fields I've mentioned. So I know that it's doable. If I was a medical laboratory scientist, I can do all that. So it's something doable. And then to anyone wanting to forge ahead uh, on any of this field, I would say that the first thing is to partner with a mentor. Partner with a mentor. Don't start alone. Partner with a mentor. Let the mentor explain what every of those fields is all about. See if something you want to do. I've trained people. I've trained medical doctors. In fact, I think I trained somebody 2 years ago. I was even surprised when he came to me. He was already working. Everything is all set for him, and then it came then that he wants to learn Python. I was like, what do you want to use Python for? This guy, like, calm down. But I didn't even, in fact, I didn't even get the payment for him, because I was just encouraged by him being a doctor, and then with all the workload, he's still coming down, traveling down to my side every day for 2 months to learn Python. Like, I was so surprised. Like, so people are doing these things for different reasons, but the major reason that I choose and I used to encourage people to choose is for money. So if it's not for money, then it can be for passion. Maybe you want to impart the knowledge out there, but first of all, it must be for money, because the work is actually her work. And so anybody that wants to start the journey out there, seek forth a mentor. Don't ever start alone. To learn this whole thing is simple, but to have a roadmap is the hardest thing you can. But to learn, you can learn everything in the space of 9 months and then be a full stack. But that's not the whole thing. Are you learning what? Are you using the updated tools? Are you not just wasting your time? Things you need to learn in 2 months, you are learning in 6 months. Things a project that you need to work with in just a week, you are working it in 6 months, and then so a mentor will help you. Like in fact, I won't specify, a career path like that. I would say seek out a mentor. There are people out there. There's ALX, there's school of ALX, people that can, you can talk to. There are people on Discord you can talk to. There are free people on LinkedIn that will intentionally be intentional about you. You can just hook up and then see, just tell people that mentor me in this space, and don't be angry when people are not responding back to you. It's not a new thing. You keep talking to some other people, because I would say for a fact that had I had a mentor at the beginning, I would have been much better than this. There are miles, that would have worked, and then so I would say starting with a mentor is the best advice I've ever given anybody.
Okay, thank you very much for that. So let's talk about AI. So in the new normal we are now, we have AI taking over everything. So now let's talk about AI in software development, where is you are niched already, where you currently work. So can you give us what do you think of AI in software development? Do you think AI is good for software development? Do you think it will take your jobs? Just give us that your own experience so far, because I know you are currently using AI tools, as because we've discussed this earlier. So let me know what's your experience like, and what has been the experience of people that you know. Do you know people who have been laid off because of AI in software development? Let's just understand the current happenings in the space of software development. What AI is actually doing to software development at the moment. Over to you.
All right. Actually, a lot of people that are beginners, that are newbies in tech, when the AI tools came up, they got discouraged. Some because they feared that, oh, what can I do again? Where AI has come, and actually AI has come, and AI has come to stay. So you just have to find your way around, utilizing the tool. That's the only thing you can do, to utilize it to make your own life better. So AI has come to stay, and then it has cost some people their jobs. So, and that's how life works. New technology cost people their jobs. There was a time where people are employed as a lift operator, and then now we have we've had automated lift, so it has taken some jobs. So it's not a new thing. In fact, another tools we even come. So the tools that we have now in AI, if you will be amazed that we have tools that can complete a whole full project like Facebook for you. Yeah, they can give you the code base. So what do you need? So the main people that you need in your team now are just senior developers. If I want to start a business, I only need senior developers. I don't need you newbies. That's not to scare you actually, but that's just the fact, and that's just the truth. So, but AI has come to code and to make coding better, but AI has not yet been trained enough to give you new ideas that can make money out there. So what you can leverage on as a tech expert is that now you know how the business is, you know how coding works. What idea do you think you can bring out there? Because the more the flexibility in coding, the more the new projects that are out there that are available. I can tell you for a fact now that we have more than 300 social media platforms, you know, and they are making their own money. We have, so unlike before where there was no AI, we have only few too. So it was difficult for people to build applications then. Now I can tell you for a fact that I can build an e-commerce website in a single day. Yeah, I can build for the phone, for the Android and everything, just in a single day with one full focus. So it has come to stay. So you can't just say what you can bring on the table now is that, oh, I know PHP, I know Python, I know blah blah blah. No, that's not the whole thing. Now the whole thing is that, do you have ideas that can make the money out there? Do you have the ideas? And then what will make you think about those ideas at first is the tools that you have in your head. It's like when you have the chisel, the hammer, and then you can begin to think, oh, we can make a table like this. We can make a table like this. It doesn't necessarily mean you should be using the nails. There are drillers now you can use. So, but at first you need to have the idea of how all the tools work, how they are, the syntax, the semantics, and then you don't even, unlike before that you need to read a whole 500 pages documentation just for a language. No, you don't need that now. You read, you know it as you go now. So you work on projects now. So AI has come to lay some people off of their job, and then it will still lay more people off of their job. But the aspect that AI has not actually penetrated that much now is the artistic part of tech, which is the front enders, people that designs what you see. Not people that they code too, but it's not that those deep codes. Apart from the coding, they design how things we are paid. Now you can imagine that there are some social media platform that when you join, you just leave. There are social media platforms that are designed to be targeted to some set of people. It's not for you. That's why you cannot cope. You see a lot of, like, there are some social media that are targeted towards Gen Z. You understand? So they know that this is what they want. If you go, they won't like it. But somebody designed, understand the psychology, the arts, and design that, and then yes. So as a front-end developer now, the work is still out there because yeah, I can design something that once you see it, you just need to stay there. You understand? So if you are innovative like that, you have the artistic mindset like that, there's still a big space for you out there, in the tech space. And then there are people that does the research too, to know what people like. So that's data apart. So AI has come. AI will do make the work easier, make reduce the workforce. But I'm saying that it has not come to eradicate the human force totally in tech.
Thank you very much for that. Thank you so much. That was exhaustive. So now let's talk about how you get your jobs in your field. So you've been working in your field for a while now. How have you been able to come up with projects, build your portfolios, and now you already have a network of people that can even recommend you for jobs? Because there's a part of knowing how to, but how do I get jobs? So let's talk about it.
All right. So after owning your skills, that's why I said at the earlier on that a mentor is advised. Then I had a lot of projects that it was not even in my portfolio because I was just doing them for fun. Imagine I did a whole lot. I did 1 month project just for fun, and it worked. But my brother that was in tech, he has been in tech like 10 years before. He will call me like, oh, if I need that your code base, give me that your code base. I'll just send it to him like that, like, because it was just all fun for me. And then if I had a mentor, all those things would have been in my portfolio, and then it will be. So portfolio is the main thing in securing a job in tech. Like I said, you don't need more certification, but I need to see the portfolio, the work you've done. So you don't need to tell me you know React. Let me see your portfolio. I will see the React work that you've done. You don't need to tell me that you understand TypeScript, you understand blah blah blah. Once I see your portfolio, I know that, oh, this is what you do. So once you have a mentor will mentor you in a path to definitely getting a job. But for me, how I got it was the first thing that got me on the track is ALX. So after school, I've had the old knowledge and blah blah blah. So, but I was not getting real offers. The offers I'm getting were just few, free, and the like. So I got frustrated at a point, and then seeing ALX, I did a 3 month intensive software developer course with them, and I got the certificate. So ALX didn't offer me a job. They didn't hook me up, but they got me linked up with people that really tutored me. So they said, guy, put your project on Git and the like. So I put some of my projects on Git. I try and find some, put them on Git, because now I cannot claim now that I have like 10 years worth of experience because I've not been uploading my portfolio as far back as that time. The only thing I can claim now is I've been working like 4 years, and that's cheating on me, cheating on myself. So but right now I'm working in a place where I function as a tech just because I flaunt my skill. So that's another thing. Flaunt your skill. Yeah, flaunt it. If you don't flaunt yourself, nobody will flaunt you. Nobody believes you actually know anything until you flaunt your skill out there. So find a project that is, is not general, because what most people do to build their portfolio, they just follow a tutorial on YouTube on a project, and then they upload the project. But just find something unique, and then some people say they clone WhatsApp. Who needs you to clone WhatsApp? We already have WhatsApp. So find a project that is unique and do it. And then I was opportune to be part of the people that build the e-portal for MLSCN. And then so those are the things that got me. So if you are doing low project, people will not. So once I mentioned to people that I work with MLSCN, in doing this and that, so people begin to believe and then give the project out. And then I won't like that. I have the advantage of having families that are into tech. That's why I said I have mentors. So my brothers, I have projects with them. We do projects together. We are still currently doing another project now that together. So for me, I won't say it's mentorship. It's like brotherhood. So yeah, it's my blood and the likes. But I would say that get a mentor, somebody that can put you through, because what people will do for you just to put it through, you have to just put in the work yourself, put in the work, put in the application yourself. Because I remember that my brother never sat me down to teach me one line of code. For the past 15 years I've been together, it's just me seeing a problem, hitting a roadblock, and then saying, oh, how can I do this? So can you see? So putting in the work, getting a mentor, and then having at the back of your mind that you are doing this for the money. Don't mind people that say that, oh, don't learn for money. Learn for the money. Push it for the money. That's what Jesus said. Bible said that Jesus, for the glory that was placed before him, endured the suffering of the cross. Yeah, so you have to place something before yourself. It's the money. Yeah, it's the money. I want to earn the dollar. So those are the things that got me some jobs. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still hoping for a much better opportunities.
Okay, so thank you very much. I like the money parts, and I think we can also call your family a tech family, so that makes it easier for you.
Yes, sir.
So lastly now, because I think we've been on this call for a while, so I want you to give, because there's this enthusiasm that is coming from you about what you're doing at the moment. Can you let me know what I think my listeners to know what you want to be working on in the next 10 years? Let's say you have it your way.
Okay.
Let's say you have it your way. What would you like to be working on in the next 10 years?
In my plan now, I plan to put outrightly out of medical laboratory science. Yeah, I would like that I do the business of medical laboratory science and working as an hands-on person. So I'm not saying I'm moving totally, but I would rather do the business. So in the next 10 years, I'm looking forward to having my own company into tech, solving solutions, in different aspects. I won't give you my ideas. Don't steal it. So I have some projects, that I've seen some problems already that I'm already working on some projects. I hope to have my own tech space, my own tech company where I begin to train people in the field. That has been always been my passion. Train people in the field, and then show people different ways to make the money in the tech. I hope to have a school of my own. Yeah, to have a school of my own where students will learn tech as a language and not just as a. In fact, I hope to have a school that by GSS 3 you already know almost everything you need to know in tech. That's the school I'm planning to do in the next 10 years. God willing, I plan to push money into that, and then train people up, and then show people that everybody can fly. Everybody can fly, and still we can all win together. So especially in Nigeria, that's the only way that I see Nigerians can make money out there, and then and then take the money out there. Yeah.
So I think I'm going to end on that note of everyone can fly. I like that so much. I was speaking to some people just on a call like a few days ago. I was like, collaboration is just everything. You can't do it alone. You're not an island of knowledge, you can't implement all the project. I mean, not just one developer will work on a project a lot of times. And even if you're a developer, do you have a business? Do you have the business and angle of what you're developing? Will you be the marketer? Will you be the? Do you understand? There's so much we can do when we work together. There's so much we can do when we believe in people. Just as you said, you want to work on a business on an idea that will kind of train people and improve people's life, that will make people to be able to, within a few number of years. I mean, as a young person, GS3, you said you want people to be able to come up with various solutions, develop various producers. I think I like that because I feel like that's just the way we can to grow. I think Elon Musk said that when he was describing the school he built for his children, that he wants his children to just be able to learn in this place, and just be able to solve problems that the teacher that he's working with, he pitched the idea to the teacher, and then so they're not just teaching like a general school would teach a child. They're teaching them according to the child's particular needs and desire, and what they hope that the child will be able to achieve. So I feel like that targeted approach is really nice, because with that you can grow faster and get things done easier, because you get to become a specialist on time. So yeah, we're right on time for this particular episode. Thank you very much, Mr. Ifeoluwa Adeagbo. Is there any final notes from you before we conclude this episode?
Yeah, I would just like to throw it out there, like I used to say to people, everybody is in tech. Everyone is in tech. You cannot create all the tech apps out there. Even Elon Musk still use some apps. Even Mark Zuckerberg still enjoys some apps. So everybody can have their own niche and then still use some other niche, still use some other people's things. So I'm saying that everybody can be in tech. Like the space is just out there for everybody to fly, and then
Absolutely.
don't be discouraged like, oh, people are already into this and that and that. There are always niche. You can even create your own. So it was just this last week I was hearing like, oh, there's a niche of infodemiology, in the MedLab Convo, and then I was already pitching into that. Like, this is a new niche that I know nothing about. So there's always a niche for you, for yourself. If there is none, create one. People will use your products. Don't ever think about tech as coding. Think tech as a business. So yeah.
Okay, so on that final note, I would wrap this particular episode up. So thank you very much, Mr. Diagbo. Thank you, my listener, for listening today. And until next time, I remain Gabriel Okay for the Medics in Tech community. So,
Thank
bye
you,
for
Mr.
now.
Gabriel.